Let's do this again. Alright. What up, Nation? Summer Killer here, and guys, happy May the 4th be with you. This is gonna be a long ass video. This is gonna be completely unedited. It's gonna be completely unedited, so hope you guys don't mind it being too long. This might be like a 20 to 30 minute video, but who cares? We're here. I'm here to talk about one of the greatest things I love in my life, which is Star Wars. So let's start from the beginning. So the way I got into Star Wars was because of my dad. My dad, he saw A New Hope when it came out in theaters, and he loved the absolute fuck out of it. He enjoyed the cinematography, the visuals, the effects, the story, the music from John Williams. He just loved everything about it. So, and then he watched Empire Strikes Back. Then he saw Empire Strikes Back, and then he saw Return of the Jedi, and he, no joke, he actually cried while watching Return of the Jedi because it was a fantastic finale, and seeing Vader redeemed as Anakin Skywalker, which was so cool, and yeah, he cried, and he really enjoyed it. So he wanted to pass the mantle onto me, and this was back where we first used to live. I used to live in Connecticut. So back in Connecticut at our first house, so we, my dad and I, we went to Blockbuster, and we were looking for movies to watch, and I was like, "Hey Nick, have you ever seen Star Wars or heard of Star Wars?" And I'm like, "No." It's like, "Okay, perfect. So let's rent a Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, because this is around 2005, 2006. So by the time, this is about the time Revenge of the Sith came out in theaters. So by then, A Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones should have been out on VHS. We also rented A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. So actually, we couldn't wait. We couldn't watch it because Episode 3 came out. We kind of wanted to wait. I think I wanted to wait in order to see Revenge of the Sith when it came out on VHS. So yeah, so basically we saw the first two, and we saw the first two, and I really enjoyed the Phantom Menace. Seeing Qui-Gon, and seeing Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and Jar Jar and Darth Maul even playing, who was played by Ray Park. It was awesome. I really enjoyed the humor, I really enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the characters, and the pod racing was so cool. And just everything about it I really enjoyed. So, and yes, guys, I started with the Phantom Menace. When I was young, I didn't mind it whatsoever. Jar Jar, I found Jar Jar pretty... Sure, he was a bit annoying at times, but he also was pretty funny. He did have some funny moments in it. So, and I really, like, as I grew up, we watching Phantom Menace, I really felt bad for Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar. As I just felt really bad for him, including Jake Lloyd. Like, I feel really bad for him. He was a kid actor. He didn't know any better. He was doing his best because he was just a kid. And me being a kid and watching young Anakin Skywalker as a kid was so cool. Him pod racing and going to Coruscant, going to space, and all other stuff was just so cool. But saying goodbye to his mom was so heart-wrenching and sad. So, was so heart-wrenching and sad. And then when I watched Attack of the Clones, I legit cried when Shmi Skywalker passed away, and was killed by the Tusken Raiders. So the Tusken Raiders or the Sand People, depending on where I say it. So, and I understand where Anakin was going from. Him going to the dark side and killing all these Sand People, and killing the Sand People out of revenge. As much as I completely understand from Anakin's point of view, I understand where he's coming from when it comes to that anger. And yes, like I said before, and yes, Attack of the Clones did have its problems, but it also had its cool moments. The Battle of Geonosis was so cool, man. It was so awesome. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed Phantom Menace. I really enjoyed Attack of the Clones, and I especially love Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon is one of my favorite Jedis because he represents what a Jedi should be. is what Jedi should be and should have done. And there's supposed to be keepers of the peace. They're not supposed to get into politics. They're not supposed to get into war. They're not supposed to be soldiers. They're keepers of the peace. They are to protect the balance of the light side of the Force and protect the people of the weak. That's what a Jedi is supposed to do, and that's exactly what Qui-Gon did. And it was absolutely fantastic, man. It was great. So, I enjoyed Qui-Gon. My dad really enjoyed Qui-Gon, and the fact that Qui-Gon was played like Liam Neeson. I love Liam Neeson's voice, and it was just so cool seeing him. So, yeah, man. So yeah, then Attack of the Clones happened. Watched it. I love Count Dooku. Played by Sir Christopher Lee, and I really enjoyed Christopher Lee so much because I also enjoy him as a Count Dooku. Like obviously when I was young, I thought he was just the evil bad guy, and I hate his guts. But as I grew older, I understand where Count Dooku was coming from, especially after watching Tales of the Jedi. I completely understand why he left, why he turned to the dark side, and all the other stuff. And like I understand from his point of view. And he believed that the Jedi were losing their way. So yeah, man, like oh my god, dude. I love Tales of the Jedi so much, and I legit cannot wait for my friend to see Tales of the Jedi. But obviously he has to go through Clone Wars first in order to watch it. So, but yeah, man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for my friend to see Clone Wars for the first time. My friend's seen a few episodes of Star Wars: of Clone Wars, but not in its entirety. So I'm really excited to see. I'm really excited to see his reaction while watching. Entirely the Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So, anyway, so yeah, and then Revenge of the Sith finally came out. I enjoyed it. To be honest, and what everyone can say is that, what I can say is that it's one of the best out of the prequels. Revenge of the Sith is one of the best out of the trilogies. The action, the cinematography, the choreography, the dialogue, the writing, the story, it's just so damn awesome and cool. So, yeah. But then like after everything was done, there was no more Star Wars for a while, and I wanted to find something new to do. All of a sudden, while I was at Blockbuster, I saw a DVD. I saw a DVD that says Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and this was like the old this was like from like 2002 2003 old cartoon animated one, and that was from the same director that did Samurai Jack, and I loved it. It was so cool. I really enjoyed it. So, but after seeing that, I was like, okay, what's next for Star Wars? And that's realized I heard about these books. I heard that there were books. I heard that there were comic books, and I even heard that there were video games out for Star Wars. So I got to Heir of the Empire. I really enjoyed it. I devoured those books, and I really enjoyed the story. And because I'm not much of a reader, but I usually read something that I'm passionate about, like whether it be Star Wars, anime, video games. So if there's a book based off an anime or I know there's manga. Honestly, I know animes are based on mangas. I know that, so I'm not an idiot. Don't say that in the comments. But with Star Wars, the fact there are more obviously it's not canon anymore. All these books are no longer canon; they're all legends now, and which does suck. But Heir of the Empire was so good. I devoured those books, and it was great. It was a great read. And then I got a few of the comic books. It was so cool reading those. And then I started playing the Lego games. I played Lego Star Wars 1, Lego Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. Really enjoyed them. I played the complete saga on the Wii and GameCube and other stuff, and it was really cool. So, and then it wasn't until then the quote unquote real Star Wars action game I ever played was Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PS2, and I really enjoyed the story. Seeing the clones' perspective from going to I love seeing the clones' perspective going through the process of being the clones to going to the Empire, and the fact that Tamora Wilson, not Tamora Wilson. I need to look at his name. Who played the clones? And Tamora, yeah, so I was right. Tamora Morrison. I love this dude's voice. Like just seeing him, like hearing him narrate his story from, seeing his like progression from where he first started to, all the way to to where the Atlantic Empire started, and oh, dude, it's just so cool. I did play Star Wars. I did play Star Wars Battlefront, but I didn't really find it that enjoyable. I didn't find it that much enjoyable compared to Star Wars Battlefront 2. So there's that. And then my cousin, he had Star Wars Bounty Hunter. He also had the Jedi Outcast I think he also had Knights of the Old Republic. So yeah, I played those games as well. And yeah, I'm sorry, just give me a second, guys. Sorry, my dog needs water. Sorry again, ladies and gentlemen, this is not an edited video, so I'm sorry. Alright, sorry about that. So yeah, I played these games, they were great. I would say my favorite Star Wars game of all time would have to be the Force Unleashed games. Seeing Game America and seeing like Vader's Secret Apprentice was really cool, and I really enjoyed the fuck out of it. But the first Star Wars game I ever played was actually the Lego Star Wars games, and the original trilogy, and I really enjoyed those as well. God, the Star Wars Battlefront 2 and the PS2, I really enjoyed that, and a whole bunch of other stuff. There's a whole lot of games that I really enjoy, but just playing by myself or with my cousin, it was fantastic. So, but then YouTube was around, and I started watching a shit ton of Star Wars content, whether it be like fan-made Lego, stop motion stuff, the Star Wars rap, I've seen that as well, and seeing the Star Wars rap as well was really cool. I really enjoyed the Star Wars rap, like, it's not the east of the west side, no it's not. It's not the dust of the south side, no it's not. It's the dark side, you are correct. In front of the Empire, while your Vader haters out there will blow your planet up. What is I bring in my master? It's the Skywalker we're after. Will it be concerned to the dark side? Yes, he'll be a powerful ally, another Dark Jedi. You will join us or die. We got Death Star, and we got Death Star, and we got Death. Luke, get your ass over here right now. Let that damn land spear. What 2 drawers I should wait, boy? In your room, Uncle Owen. I know I'm on probation. I gotta wait on the one at the station. I gotta be away on the power murder, away on the suffer found murder. Luke, use the Force and run. Run to Dagobah. Run to Dagobah. Luke, use the Force and run. Run to Dagobah. Want to Dagobah. So there's that. I watched that so many times, man. It's so great. It was so good. So, and then but yeah, then I started watching fan-made Star Wars battles, like the 3 in the morning. There was 3 in the morning, 6 in the morning. A blind wave, seeing the choreography, fan-made film was really cool, and yeah, I really enjoyed the hell out of it. So, and then Star Wars: The Clone Wars movie came out. I really wanted to go see it with me and my dad. My dad is not the biggest fan of cartoons or animated movies, so he not the biggest fan of cartoons or anime movies, so I was like, just because being here with Star Wars fans, we had to go see it, and he didn't mind it too much. He did thought it was pretty interesting and pretty cool, but I really enjoyed it. And then when I heard that this was gonna be like the first like quote unquote like the first episode to the Star Wars: The Clone Wars TV show, and I watched every single episode the day it came out. I did not miss one episode because I didn't have a DVR back then. So I really tried my best to watch every single episode on the release night, and I did. I did not miss a single episode, and boy was it fantastic. One of the memories that I will never forget this. So Back in Connecticut, I used to be my family and I used to be part of Yacht Club, and that night it was gonna be the next episode of the Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the next episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and since I was gonna miss it, so I was like, "Shit! Like, can we please hurry, so we don't miss, I don't miss the next episode of Star Wars, Star Wars: The Clone Wars." And then like I was like, "Can we please hurry up, hurry quick, eat quick, get the check, and let's leave." So, but my dad was like, "No, you're staying here and enjoy your meal, and we're gonna talk." And it wasn't until I hear the Star Wars: The Clone Wars theme song going around in the background, I turn around. All of a sudden, I just see this bunch of kids getting ready to watch the next episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. And I'm like, "Mom, Dad, can I please go hang over with his kids over there?" And like, "Okay, Nick, sure, go right ahead." I'm like, "Okay, thank you so much." And can I order over there? Or do I have to come back and order? Then I can ask them to bring it over there for me. And decided I'll tell them to bring the food over to you. I'm like, "Okay, Dad, thank you so much." So I sat next to these kids. I asked these kids, saying, "Hey, can I chill with you guys and watch this episode of Star Wars: Clone Wars?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, come on in." So and we just immediately started talking about what we love about Star Wars: The Clone Wars, what we thought about the last episode, what we thought about this episode, and we just started chatting it up for like a good hour, and just, oh god, it was so great, man. I will never forget that memory. It was one of the greatest things that I ever had as a Star Wars fan, and it was great, man. So yeah, so I watched Star Wars: The Clone Wars in its entirety. The season 6 finale. Oh, sorry, yeah, the season 6 finale was just Ahsoka walking down the Jedi Temple, and walking down the Jedi Temple, saying goodbye to Anakin. It left a deep heart in my soul. So, but then Star Wars Rebels came out. Loved it. I really enjoyed Star Wars Rebels, and seeing Ahsoka again, like, "Oh my god, like, how the fuck are you alive?" Especially after Order 66, because we don't know how he survived during Order 66, but now that we do, thanks to season 7. So yeah, we didn't see how she survived. When I saw her climbing down the ladder, I'm like, "Wait a minute!" So I recognize those tails anywhere. That's fucking Ahsoka, bro. Like, I started crying. Like, I kept thinking to myself, saying, "How the heck are you alive?" So yeah, man, it was just so crazy and so good, man. Oh man. And then seeing Rex again and the crew, Rex like just seeing Ahsoka again, be like, "Commando." And he said that you gotten older. I didn't have some time, Rex, and she just came in for a hug, man. I started crying because these two have been through so much together in the Clone Wars with Anakin and Ahsoka, and those two have been through so much hardship and made so many sacrifices and lost so many friends, and especially Rex, man. He lost so many brothers during the Battle of Order 66, and I just felt so bad for him, man. I just wanted to. I felt like I was there. I felt like I was there hugging him. No joke, I legit hugged my TV because I felt like I was there, seeing these two characters I grew up watching, finally being reunited and then hugging each other out, man. I'm like, oh, it was so good. I really enjoyed it, man. Oh my god. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. So yeah, man. I saw Star Wars Rebels, loved it. There were a few things I didn't like. There was a few things I didn't like, but there were a lot of there were a lot of things I really enjoyed. So there was that, and then when we heard about the Mandalorian. Actually, before we get to the Mandalorian, the sequels came out. Sorry, the sequels came out. So, I saw The Force Awakens in theaters with me and my family. It was me, my mom, my dad, and my sister. My sister wasn't the biggest Star Wars nerd compared to me and my dad, but she still had a good time. She was like fascinated in that that we're following this character named Bray who just knows everything and is a badass and everything like that, and they found it really enjoyable. And the end of the cliffhanger. The end of the cliffhanger, everyone was shocked. They wondered what's gonna happen next. So, and sadly, my dad passed away January 26, 2016. So sadly, he could not see the ending to Star Wars. He could not see the Last Jedi. He could not see the Rise of Skywalker. He could not see he could not see the Mandalorian. He could not see all these other amazing TV shows and specials and movies that Star Wars is coming out with. And so I watch all these things, even though yes, I'm gonna hate the shit out of them, but I don't care because me and my dad grew up watching Star Wars, grew up watching Star Wars and watched everything together. We did everything together, and every time I watch anything Star Wars related, I feel like he's still with me. I feel like he's still a part of me. Watching this movie or watching this cartoon or watching the next episode or to whatever, and it feels like it still feels like he's with me, and it's something that it's something that me and my dad grew up with, and he didn't just get me into Star Wars. He also got me to Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Marvel, DC, video games. He got me to all these things, and if it wasn't for him, I legit don't know where I would be in life. Legit, I don't know where I would be in life. I'm adopted, so if my adopted parents did not get me, I legit don't know where I would be. I would probably not be into the things that I love today. I probably want to have all these friends. I probably want to have all these friends that I know and love today. And I truly am blessed to be brought into such a great family, and especially to have a father like that who was always there to make sure to be always there for you whenever you need him. And yeah, man. So yeah, that's basically it, man. Even though, yes, Star Wars does have its ups and downs. Sometimes there's good stuff, sometimes there's bad stuff, but I don't care. I will be a Star Wars fan through and through. Whether I hate something or love something, I don't care. I'm just there to watch any kind of Star Wars content, and just there to have fun with it and enjoy. So, yeah, man, or even hate. So, yeah, man. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. That's basically my story on how I got into Star Wars and what I thought about my journey so far. And I really enjoyed every single moment of it, through the highs, the lows of Star Wars. And yeah, man, it was great. So tonight, again, as I'm recording this, April 29th, but obviously I'm releasing this May 4th. So, but tonight, we don't know when yet, but I'll gladly put a link in the description to my friend's Twitch. Basically, you guys go follow him and hit that bell. Basically, you guys go hit that bell or ring that bell to get notified when he'll be live, because me and him will be live on Twitch, reacting to a lot of Star Wars content, whether it be fan-made films, or anything like that, and maybe even a few Star Wars and Clone Wars reactions. Who knows? So we'll see. We shall see. And it's gonna be a great time, and I can't wait. Also, guys, as I'm recording this, yesterday was my 12th year anniversary of me being here on YouTube, and what a journey, what a ride, and that's gonna be a complete. I already made a post on what I wanted to say, but I do want to make a proper video for when I get back home. So, guys, thank you so much for going on this journey with me through Star Wars and. Star Wars, my journey here on YouTube, and I just can't thank you guys enough for everything, and I love you guys, and yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and may the force be with you always. Peace.